Now, you're going to want to change your tune if you've ever had or found yourself in that event where it's a long day, or the end of the long day at least, and you realize you just haven't had anything substantial to eat at all. Or never mind, it wasn't even healthy what you ate throughout the day. Now, if you're in a rush to prepare something healthy and hearty that'll benefit you and your family, then listen up. We've invited dietitians Kath Megaw and Rusch Ferreira to chat about how you can deliver delicious and healthy home-cooked meals to your family without feeling the guilt or having to slave over the stove top for hours and hours. Ladies, good morning and great to have you here.
Thank you.
So we're talking ready-made meals, right? So is it really possible to have a ready-made meal that is healthy or with healthy options, and how? How do we do this?
I think one of the things, there's a great awareness out there amongst companies, so I think they are much more focused on what are good fats to incorporate in meals and portion sizes and control. And I think one way to make them extra healthy is to add your own fresh ingredients alongside the meals, so that if your children, they're also exposed to the actual source of the ingredients of what the meal's made up of.
Yeah, we'll talk about those healthier sides later on. Amanda, what about you? What's your opinion on this?
I think it is totally possible. You just have to make sure you're reading your labels properly, so you don't want any trans fats in your food. It's important to remember that the recommended sodium allowance for an adult is 2,400 milligrams, and for children is 2,300 milligrams, which is not a lot. So keep an eye on those labels. If that meal is providing 30–40% of your sodium or more, then I would rethink it.
Yeah, and you think that's one of the first things you do, considering you want to know what you're putting into your body,
Totally.
but very few of us actually take that label and actually read it. But why do you think that ready-made meals are such a convenience for busy moms, busy dads, for students who experience those very long days?
I think we're very rushed, we're busy, and it's definitely a good option to get the nutrition in versus just grabbing snacks here and there.
Yeah.
Because that then becomes there's been quite a lot of studies that show that people that just grab snacks tend to eat a lot more calories than what their body actually needs, as opposed to sitting down and having a meal. And that could be the benefits of, if you're rushed for time, having a pre-made meal.
Yeah. So what are we looking for then when we are getting a pre-made meal? Is it just about getting a whole lot of veggies and then just some protein on the side? What's the deal here?
So it's a bit tricky, because I think the pillars of every meal should be protein and a vegetable, but I think for your dinner especially, you should have about half of your plate looking like a vegetable. So I would say vegetable is the primary focus of the dinner time, but it does depend on the age of your family members. So younger children, they really do need to have protein with their dinner. They are growing, they are developing, they need the protein for that. If you're a bit older, protein is not so much of a priority, and focus more on the vegetables.
Yeah. And earlier on, you were referring to those sides, because you always want to make the meal times interesting, because you do eat with your eyes first, as they say. So what are the healthy sides that you can give us advice on, that you can include into those healthy ready-made meals?
Well, I think definitely something, as Amanda said, from the fruit and vegetable group are nice sides to include. So be it a cut-up apple, and families often don't realize that including your fruit with the meal it's fine to include savory and sweet.
Yeah.
And some children prefer a bit more sweet, and some children prefer a bit more savory. A few slices of cucumber cut up, and also that will help you also engage your children in the meal time. So they can actually cut up their cucumber, or they can cut up their tomato, a few cherry tomatoes, even some sliced banana. Don't be scared of mixing and matching the different colors on the plate.
Yeah, Amanda?
Yeah. I'm a huge fan of steaming myself. I find it really easy. You can use one of those electrical steamers, or you can get one of those steaming bowls that you put in your stove, in your pot. It's incredibly easy to steam. And even some flash frozen veggies, if you're really in a rush, aren't that bad. They retain a lot of nutrients if they're flash frozen. So steaming and some frozen vegetables are...
I always find that conversations around meal tables are so engaging and so important. Would you say it's a good idea for parents to talk to their children about the health aspects of the food they're eating, tell them about the nutrients involved and why they're important for their bodies?
I think it is. I don't think they must belabor it at meal times, but I think it's important just to engage a bit with the food and go, oh, look at the pretty colors, and each color has a different nutrient and a different responsibility for your body, and then move on to what happened in your day, etc., etc. So that the food is not the entire focus, but like you said, it's a means for a conversation starter, but really that interaction between family members is so critical which can be brought about by meal times.
Yeah. Don't you just miss the good old days of Popeye when a cartoon could explain it for you? Ladies, thank you very much for joining us this morning. And of course, when you do care about someone, it's important to keep both their healthy eating and yours in mind. And of course, easy to prepare, nutritious food can benefit you and your whole family, saving you time, saving you a whole lot of stress. So hashtag the Whistling Chef is making life so much more convenient and delicious too. Now, the only thing left to do is really just to go out, buy yours, and remember to heat, whistle, and eat. Simple as that. But now you can also stand a chance of winning, and you can win a Clover the Whistling Chef hamper with 1,000 Rand by entering our Facebook competition. Like and comment on our Expresso Facebook page post, and then let us know which Clover the Whistling Chef meal is your favorite. All the T's and C's can be found on expressoshow.com.
From beef lasagna to creamy macaroni and cheese, Clover the Whistling Chef's high-quality, ready-to-eat meals are made using trusted Clover cheese, milk and cream. It's SA's favorite home-cooked recipes, now prepared and conveniently packed with a variety to choose from. Added to that, Africa's first vac seal technology ensures they're kept fresher for longer for the whole family to enjoy. The Whistling Chef. Heat, whistle, eat, sing. It's as simple as that. Made with love by Clover.